Okay, welcome back to Daily Driven Alpha. Right, we've started tearing down the 1600 project car motor, and start with the head. As you can see, not too bad. There's no corrosion in any of the areas, although a bit concerned, even though we've been running coolant, maybe we didn't run enough mixture of coolant in here because there's been a little bit of surface rust forming, but nothing of concern. Fair bit of carbon in the top end. Valves look to be okay, but we'll see when we pop them out. We had a look at the head gasket, and as you can see, shows you signs of rust in the water, but we haven't seen any evidence that water has been crossing over into any of the oil galleries, so that's a good thing. Water pump, yeah, that hasn't been leaking, but look at the corrosion on it. We'll need a new one of those. Timing cover, no evidence of chain slapping around in there, which is good. Bushing looks okay, so we'll replace that seal obviously and clean this up. We'll need when we put the new water pump on it, but yeah, so that's okay. Obviously we'll replace the O-ring. It's one of the things that often gets left out. So there's little details. We've just pulled the tensioner right back in. Spring seems to be okay. Gears seem to be okay. And the block, I've torn this down, cleaned it up. So I'm not too sure about this. We will get a new chain, but I'm not sure if that's too excessive, that play. I'm thinking there should be a little bit of play to get it on, but not sure how much. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to replace it along with the top end chain as well. So the interesting thing for us is we thought there was a bit of piston slap in number 1 and number 2, and so what we've done, you'll notice in those sleeves there, you can see that scoring that sits in there compared to the other 2 cylinders. So I have a feeling cylinder 1 and cylinder 2 have been playing up, so we'll have to tear the bottom end down and have a look at that, see what we're doing. Now we may even decide just to buy brand new sleeves and piston sets set for it rather than playing around with it. It might be faster and easier to do that. So yeah, that's what we found there. If we drop this over, it's hard to tell, but we haven't seen anything drastically wrong at this stage, but we'll find out once we take all the end caps off. And as we've had comments, and thank you for your comments, especially people who build engines, appreciate the comments around getting the crank looked at and checking to make sure that the journals haven't ovaled out. So we will definitely do all that, but haven't seen anything in there at this stage that gives us great concern. These cigarette seals, these little round rubber seals that you see at the ends here that get put in, these are notorious for leaking, but we haven't seen too many leaks at the back end of the motor, so that's a good thing. A bit hard to see in there from this angle. So nothing nothing major at this stage, but I think definitely cylinder number 1 and 2 are causing us issues. And so for us, I think what we're going to have to do is have a look at these and see what we can do with maybe getting another piston set. Might be the easiest way, because my concern is that while we're not getting any, I'll just show you. Piston 1, if you look in there, you can see quite a significant amount of scoring. That is not good. And piston 2, you can see that as well, all the way down. Now you compare that to piston 3, a little bit of a mark there, but quite dramatically different. So I mean, we could hone them, we could check them, we could do whatever, but by the time we do all that and spend the money, I think we're almost at the stage of getting a new set of liners and pistons, and then making sure that they're installed correctly. One other thing too that we did notice is that these rods, although they've got a little bit of rust on them, they are not too bad. Sometimes they corrode right down into the bottom, and I've seen YouTube blogs where guys are asking how they can repair these if they snap off, if there's been a lot of corrosion down below, and I think if that happens, I think your block's done. I'm not too sure how many people can repair that. But while it's a bit crusty in the bottom there and a little bit dirty, it's actually not too bad. I'm not seeing anything that's of major concern, which is kind of cool. A fair bit of carbon on the top of the cylinders. They've been probably running a bit too rich. Anyway, so that's a little bit of an update, and this one will now start. This will get registered, re-registered. We've had it roadworthy. That'll get put on the road in a week's time, and then we'll bring the daily driver in here and we'll start cannibalising it for a few parts for the project car. Project car is sitting over there, hasn't moved, not too much has been done to it since we last spoke. It's all been focused on getting the 4-door ready, and what we'll do is we'll start using this little one for some of the parts that we need, and just to move the project faster, because getting the cash together and getting it from overseas takes a little bit of time. So we thought we'd accelerate the project by cannibalising that car, and we'll replace the parts later. Might even make some changes. So look, that's where we're at. Motor's been torn down. Putting a separate bucket with all the bits in it, just to make sure that we don't lose any and get them confused. Cams, I've marked these, exhaust and inlet cams. You can see actually some of the scoring from the bearings that hold the cams down. The aluminium bearings have actually got some scoring on them. Obviously this is not scored here because the aluminium is sacrificial. The rest of the cams look okay. They'll get cleaned up though, and haven't seen anything too worrying on the teeth. So not that we'd expected. This little car hasn't been raced or thrashed. It's when you buy a car from guys who have dreams that they're some kind of race car driver or rally car driver, and they take these engines way past their limits or take them up into the red lines too often. Don't really maintain them properly, and then you start to see issues. So this will get taken and skimmed down. We'll obviously need to take that out, and we'll clean this head up, and then start looking at getting the motor back together. But that's where we're at. So a little bit of an update. Hope your projects are going well. Hope you've enjoyed this update, and thanks for your constructive feedback. We certainly appreciate it. Every now and then we'll get some feedback that is extremely helpful for us, and we certainly appreciate it. But don't be shy to add your comments as long as they're constructive, and we'll give you a bit of an update once we get a bit further in this motor rebuild. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share it with others. We appreciate it if you help us grow our channel a little bit, and we'll put something up once we get further on this motor rebuild. Once again, thanks for watching. Keep well.